Oh, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about matching bank deposits in your bank feed to customer sales invoices and customer sales receipts. That's the main focus of this video. So I'll cover just about everything, all kinds of scenarios dealing with the bank deposits. First of all, we'll go through the QuickBooks payment deposit. QuickBooks they have their own merchant service, and uh, see how it works. And then of course the regular one is that they have a you go to the bank and deposit checks and cash, or do bank transfer or wire transfer, that type of deposits. And then the other one is the merchant. You accept credit cards and merchant credit card batch deposit. You have 10 cells, and at the end of the day you run the batch report, and then they will deposit the money to your bank account in a couple of days. Okay, and we'll go through add versus match. So what is add, what is match, and then we'll discuss about undeposited funds, uh, and then go to receiving payments on invoices, how to do that, invoices and sales receipts. Okay, so we got the bank deposits covered, all kinds of possible scenarios, and I will even cover, you have some customers paid you cash, and you're supposed to deposit that money, but instead you have to use it for some other purpose, for your own uh, bonus draw, or just use it for some business expenses. You just didn't deposit that money to the bank. Okay, so let's define what is add, what is match. Basically, match is you have already created transactions in QuickBooks. Either it could be manual, or if you are using some apps, they might run sales receipts or sales invoice automatically. And when you go to banking, in your bank feeds, you will see either match or add. So you don't want to add, because it's you already created sales for that transaction, and you will want to match if you have already created invoices or sales receipts. Okay, so from the banking, even if you don't see match, you don't want to match it. That will duplicate your sales for the same transaction. Okay, so undeposited funds account is basically like a holding account, uh, and basically holding account in a bank account type, and will move from your undeposited funds once you match it from undeposited funds to your real bank account. Let's say for merchant, they may run 10 sales and mean one deposit to one bank account. And when you look at your bank account, bank statement, you will see one deposit, but that happens to be for payments for multiple invoices. So it basically goes to undeposited funds, and then you try to match it from banking, uh, or it could be just you have checks or cash deposits, and you haven't gone to the bank to deposit. So once you go to the bank and deposit those checks and or cash, then undeposited funds should clear. So it's like a in and out, like a holding type of account. It should be very for for short period until you go to the bank and deposit, or until they clear the money to your bank account from your merchant services. Okay, so we'll go to receiving payment invoice, receiving payment sales receipt. So basically, once you receive the payment, then your AR should clear. The customer owes you no money. And on receiving payment on sales receipt, once you receive the payment, basically, there is no AR on sales receipt. You create sales and receive money at the same time. Okay. So So that's what we're going to cover. So I'm going to go to QuickBooks Online and review it. Okay. Okay, so we're on banking here. So your banking will look something like this. And first I'm going to talk about QuickBooks payment, you know. So on QuickBooks payment, whenever you generate sales, create sales as an invoice, sales transaction, uh, on your bank feed, you will see deposits and a separate item as your bank merchant fees, you know. So in this case, the deposit was $10,007 for that sales receipt invoice, and they charge fee for that invoice. So as you can see here, it says one match found, one match found. In this case, all we have to do is match. So this is the cleanest way, you know, QuickBooks payment. You know, it's very easy. The timing is a little bit, it takes a couple of days longer, I think. But it's from the QuickBooks bookkeeping side, this is easy to match. And if you're wondering how to get this QuickBooks payment thing, so all you have to do is just go to the gear icon and select account and settings, and then select the payments. And in here, you see, okay, in here, so this is not going away. So learn more, and then give you information here. If you want to look at the C rates, they'll give you QuickBooks payments rate in here. All you have to do is click C rate, and you just fill out this information, and then you're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go to bank feed again. So at this point, all you have to do is just match it. You know, you have already created sales transaction for this, and so this one do automatically create the expense side for the fees part. Okay, so you click match, that's gone. It's in QuickBooks now, and so this one is in. It's you already created uh, sales, so just match it. Okay, so sometime you'll see uh, two matches found in here. So so what you need to do is click this one, and you need to get some details from the deposit slip or something. Okay, so the information here is you create a sales receipt on 7/3 and then the deposit here, and the other one is sales 7/8. So you can't have a deposit on 7/6. Well, you could, but so you need to figure out which one. You know, is it this one or that one, and then you can match it. So you need to figure out if you have the two deposits or two sales receipts for the same amount, and it says two matches found. So you need to figure out which one is the right one. Only you can decide. Nobody will know. Okay, so you have some information there at some place to find out. Is Sam Johnson in his sales receipt or the average construction sales receipt? So you need to find out which one, and then you just select. Then you match it. Now it's gone. Okay, and let's do another one. In here it says this is the batch one. I want to do the batch one, not one. There are several invoices. Okay, so it says just deposits in here. There is no match. There is no match found. Anything. So in that case, what you need to do is basically just click this and click this find match. Okay, hopefully we'll find a match in here. Okay, and in here it says suggested matches, so click that one if it's not selected, maybe, and but still need the information whether this is the right one or not. So when you select it, it gave you this five invoices, five open invoices, five open invoices, five invoices. So you need to figure out which one they paid, so and so it's five in here. Okay, So in this case, you have created invoice, but you haven't done the receipt payment yet. So if you have done receipt payment, then you will see the type is payment in here. In this case, just avoiding the extra step and selecting directly from the invoice, you know. Okay, so you can do the click this, open this invoice and receive payment, and it comes out the same. It will just see type is payment, uh, and then you just select all the payments in here. Okay, so the deposit is 10,001 in here, right? And if you select all these invoices, make sure these are the invoices. They give you all the detail in here, even the date range here, and the difference is zero, right? Difference is zero. Okay, so this seems like, let's say these are the 5 invoices, uh, you know, they paid, and this is the 10,001 is a deposit for these invoices. Okay, so if that's the case, just make sure the difference is zero in here. Okay, because these you don't want to have so the difference when you uh, accept this deposit. Okay, save it. So that one is gone. All right, so let's do another one here. Let's see this one. Find match. Hopefully you'll find. Okay, so this one is pretty lucky, but still need to verify to make sure these are the invoices they paid. That when you deposited, make sure these are the ones. Otherwise, you receive payment on wrong open invoice. That's not good. And then you will call your customer and, hey, you haven't paid this, but in fact they paid it and you deposit the money. So make sure you select the right invoice. You got to have some backup someplace. Okay, to verify these, uh, and save this. So normally, let's say this is the for the credit card batch deposit. So you need to run the credit card batch deposit. So you can log into the merchant account and find out the each day's batch deposit. They will give you all the details, some sort of reference, some sort of customer pay information. So you got to have that. And this happens to be just, 5 payments, 5 invoices. But in your situation, when you're running like sales receipt, could be 30 in one day. So it's and also 30 another next day. And normally, the credit cards, they are delayed. They don't pay same day, right? So that you have to wait sometime couple of 3 days, and the other ones could be 4 days, and on weekend it could be a little longer. So you got to log in to the merchant detail account and verify which ones you receive payment, to do the batch matching. Okay, so I'm just gonna select this. Okay, so now, so the next one is this. Let's just do this one. Okay, so 10,001, 10,005, and so there we have another one in here, 10,006. So let's assume this is not the right one. So this is not the right. So that what that tells you is, uh, either you haven't created invoice for this, deposit. It's possible, or something is missing. So let's just say you haven't created invoice. So you need to create invoice for this one, 10,005. You need to find out the customer. So it could happen. So you just use money, or it could be deposit too, prepayment, and you haven't created invoice for that one. So you need to create invoice. So this is 75 is the deposit one. So let's just say I want to create invoice. As usual, you can create invoice. Okay, so this one is delayed invoice. You haven't created invoice. So select your customer, and I'll just say something in here, and the amount is $10,005. 10,005. So you need to create sales receipt or sales invoice for this one. Okay, and the date is, let's say, well, it doesn't matter. Well, this has to be 2019. I guess 7/5/2019. Okay, 7/5/2019. Okay, so let's save and close. Now, if you go to find match, you will see it because you have generated the invoice in here. Let's see here. Well, it's not there yet, so maybe it went to the let's see here. We created invoice. Oh, maybe we didn't save it. Yeah, okay, we can save that one. $10,005. Oh, it's only 10,000. Okay, so it's 10,005. Save and close. I thought we saved the other one too. Okay, let's see what happened now. Let's go to banking. Okay, so right now you found it. See right here, it says match. You can click it and it says the same open invoice in here, open balance. So this is the right one. Let's say match. Okay, and now let's look at the other one. For example, this one, like you accept let's say a jobber type. They you create sales receipts. Then they would deduct your fee. Let's say this one, 350. Let's say the invoice is for 360. So click there and find match. All right, so let's say this is the one. So click that one, and so they paid 360. So it's full payment. Okay, so difference is $10, and this is the uh, merchant fee. So click that one, and at the bottom, so this is, let's say this is a jobber. They deduct uh, your fee. Let's say credit card fees, and then the amount is $10 negative. It's expense, and so this is the memo. If you want to write down jobber fee, so this is for the invoice number 1-20429, and let's say this customer is Bobby Smith. Okay, and then save it. Oh, let's see here. Transaction date. Yeah, we got the same date. Same. Okay, let's see here. Deposit 2515. All right, this is all one. So let's save this one. Okay, so that one is gone. Okay. Now let's take another scenario. So we cover, QuickBooks payment, check deposit, and merchant deposits. So merchant deposit is the one you should be very careful. You gotta have a batch report from your merchant service. And if you do a lot of credit card transactions, they do one deposit. It could be, you need to find out the date, all the related information there. Okay, so now look at the let's say another one is the they paid the invoice, but all of a sudden you decided, well, you needed some money, and you want to use it for personal benefit, or use it for buying something, you know. Okay, let's look at the open invoice in here. Okay, let's just say this is the one, you know, $1,500, 1530 invoice. So this one, let's say this is the one. Okay, so they paid this, receipt payment. Let's say they paid this cash, and you didn't deposit this to you're planning to. If you're planning to deposit, then it's fine. But in this case, you're not planning to deposit this money. So basically, it's the cash on hand. You paid cash, and you have cash on hand. Okay, so it's basically this 1530. That's not the one. So this is a 1530. Okay, let's say this one. You know, and so they paid it. You know, it's cash, and so you just receive payment on that invoice. Cash method, cash, and the deposit to cash on hand account, not your bank account, because you're not going to deposit that money to the bank account. So save and close. So that means it cleared the AR. It's just not open anymore. So it'll clear all the AR aging. So now the next thing is you're going to use that money for your own draws. So just go to the accounting, chart of accounts, and then select this view register. You see right here, the 1530 is right here. And click that one, and then you just need to create expense transaction like this. So pay is yourself. Let's see here. If I can find all that Christopher, let's say. And in here is owner's draw. Right here, owner's draw. It's equity one, see? Equity one. And so the payment is, let's say, the same amount like this. Okay. And then save it, you know? And let's say you use this money for something else, then you can always do the same thing. You just change the account, any account you want, you know? Let's say you bought some supplies, you know, materials for the same amount. You can just use the account, and then the customer is going to be, vendor is going to be different. Let's just say supplier like this. So this is how you handle when customer pays in cash, but you deposit the money to your bank account. Instead, you use it for either for your own draws or for buying something, you know. And let's say it's half and half, you know, 1,000 you use it yourself, doesn't matter. You just click this one, and then basically you can just split it, you know. Owner's draw, let's say it's 1,000, and then you bought something from call supplier. So in this case, it'll show as if, you know, split amount. Normally, you don't want to do it this way, so you can write a journal entry. If that's the case, you know, you can write a journal entry in here. In here, instead of doing this, you can just select the journal entry. See right here, and do the split, you know. Okay, then you will see you can add the pay one here. Let's see here. The first one is the like this, you know, and you can do journal entry. So save it. So the 1531, or you can just do 1,000 and just 530 for the other one, you know. Okay, let's see here. So you can just add it in here, you know, like because you need to have two separate uh, entries for this one, so so 1000 for your own draw, and then second one, it's the same thing. Cash on hand is the credit, say 530, and the other one is, let's say, bought some supplies, 530. Okay, so you're going to select the supplier in here. Let's say vendor. Let's select one vendor in here. Okay, so now this should balance. The 1530 is total. Save and close. All right, so you don't need these two. So this is the you can delete this one. Okay, so the balance, you don't have cash in hand. It's a zero balance, so it should be zero. Basically, you receive this 1530 cash, payment from your customer, and just split it. Okay, let's see here. All right, so and then you need to review your AR aging, on a regular basis. AR aging summary. Make sure, these are truly outstanding invoices, and you haven't mixed up, So you need to check all these things, make sure these are outstanding invoices. Okay, so that's the focus of this video. Let's see, I think I covered everything. So undeposited funds is basically, as I said, you go to the new in here and bank deposits. So if something went to undeposited funds, it will show up in here, and you haven't cleared those deposits, So plus new and bank deposits. So it's clean here. There's nothing there. It will show up in here if you have selected undeposited funds account. Or you go to the chart of accounts and filter undeposited funds. There's nothing there. It's open balance. So this, there's nothing there. So if you have something, it will show up in here. Okay, so that's the focus of this video. Hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Bye.